Greetings everyone, this is Draco, and today we'll be doing some more Modern League action with Merfolk, and we have a fun one today, as we'll be testing out the new tech from New Capenna, Unlicensed Hearse, the card that's looking really strong as a way of exiling cards from graveyards. And I think this is really important right now, not only because Murktide is getting a lot stronger at the moment, it's positioned as the best tech in the format. We also have Living End, that's a strong contender, and in general we need to be aware of the graveyard. And I think Unlicensed Hearse could be a really cool option because it's not only exiling cards from the graveyard, it's also being a threat in the later game, which can be really important. So happy to have you here. We're going to go into a deck tech real soon, and we're going to get into the action with the Modern League. Before I do, I want to let you know that it's much appreciated if you like what I do to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's really appreciated when people do that. And I also want to say that I actually have, everybody who watch this stream and watch this channel know that I also have a predilection where I really like old border Magic card and old cards in general. So before we go into live, I wanted to show a couple of screenshots from our tournament we had this weekend, which is really cool. And I want to show you here some of the actions, some of the in-game actions we had here. So bear with me now as I'll try to share my screen. So you can see, this was first of all the deck I drafted. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit here. I was really in love with this deck here. We had a cool Simic build, which featured a couple of mana dorks. Notice here that the Elvish Mystic is been reprinted for Old Border, so I can use it in the cube here. But also notice that the mana crypt gives really fast mana, and then I can win with something cool like Palinchron and Morphling, some of my favorite Old Border cards here. Opposition is also a really cool one, allowing us to use our mana dorks in the late game to tap down creatures. This deck was really cool, and notice you can also see a Solemn here, which is a cool addition as well to the cube, as it is printed in Old Border here. Yeah, and look at the mana base as well. We did have both fetch lands and some of the cool lands here, so this was really cool. Another thing, a little notice here, we got Standstill. We also have the Ranged Hermit. The Ranged Hermit producing all these small dudes. What a cool card. And let's go into the next screenshot here. This was then game action from the first game I played. And notice here, turn 1, Forest into Fyndhorn Elves, and turn 2, Mana Crypt Island into Solemn. What a great line. I love me some Mana Crypt, a 0 mana Sol Ring. You can't hate on that, right? That's too great. And then this was then turn 3 actually. I could board out totally by having River Boa, which was in this game just a 2-1 unblockable, and of course the Suchi, a 4-4-4-4. So this was a really cool win we had here. That's really nice to see. Other game screens here. This is Eric who did this here. What a great deck. He did a serious aggro deck featuring Mother of Runes, Seven Lions, some of the cool two drops here. Of course, you can refill his card with good mana draw, fast mana from Mox Diamond, late game burst from Psionic Blast, and Trident Rider, a really cool card that allows him to use his small creatures to bounce opponent's creatures and get back in the game here. Also featuring a Moxen more over here to really get in on the action. And some of the cool thing you do in Old Border is Ankh of Mishra, which means that every time a player plays down a land, they take 2 damage. So this is great for aggro decks. Really cool card. You can also see some game action here. This is just someone going total all out here. This is exactly him with this deck here. You can see over here Mother of Runes. This is one of the Shadow Sultari creatures that is unblockable. And he's really beating down on his opponent here. Good to see some action. This is also a really crazy board state. We have my opponent here is playing Future Sight, which is this great enchantment allowing him to show the top of his deck, but also the Form of the Dragon in the same hand. So this is a guy going off. And even though I have a Phyrexian Processor on 5, allowing me to produce continuous threats. He's just drawing his entire deck and winning here. So this is me. I'm playing here and getting my I'm getting whooped by this guy here with a good combo. A couple of other action here. We have I love it, some Birds of Paradise, some Land Whales into Serpent Burst and Graveborn Muse. You know, notice here the lands. I picked these lands out myself. So every land is identical in the cube. All forests are the same from the revised. All swamps are the same. So this is my favorite arts of the different lands. Also pretty cool one here. Notice here Dark Confidant being reprinted in Old Border. So that's why it's allowed in there. And this guy has used the Mesmeric to take a Might of Oaks, the +7/+7 instant speed. Get that one out there. And here the original Mana Rock Felwar Stone. I don't have one from... I think is it made from Chronicle? No, it's not from. It's from Antiquities. I think it's originally printed. I don't have one, but that's the original Mana Rock. That's why a 2-mana artifact that generates mana is called a Mana Rock, because this is actually a rock. Last picture here is just someone going all in here with double mocks and yeah, good guy. Okay, so. Hopefully that was fun to see some of the Old Border action. We had a great Old Border Cube draft on, or we actually did 2 drafts on Saturday, which was really nice to see. Let's get into the deck tech here. Modern Merfolk, testing out Hearse, and I wanted to test out a couple of different things today. One of the things that's really obvious right now is that it seems like Murktide and Living End is 2 of the biggest decks to beat. Of course, we need to be aware of the 4-color deck as well, and some of the decks there. But that's all fine and dandy. But some of the challenging matchups is also like Yawgmoth. So we did some changes, and let's go through them here. First of all, notice from the lands we have pretty much the same mana base, but we did add in a secondary Cavern of Souls. I think Cavern of Souls, as I've been alluded to, is strong at the moment. And I think I want to test out running 2. This is, of course, kind of greedy on the mana, which is why it's interesting. But since we're running unlicensed Hearse and we're running the main deck, it's not as, mana constraining from that. And as long as we just make sure that we have a lot of Merfolk in the list and not, non-Merfolk spells, I think this can work. So we run 2 of them, cutting down one of the Waterlogged Groves we had before. Then we have the same for Ethervials, for Tideshapers, Singleton unlicensed Hearse in this main deck. Great card. Let's talk about it now. You pay 2 mana to play this down, and then you can use it to exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. So you target both cards, which is great. So comparing this to Relic, which is the natural comparison for us, now we get to select the cards that is getting exiled. That's important. That can actually really matter. And then when we crew it for 2 mana, which we often can because all our creatures in this deck has at least 2 power, then it has power total equal to the number of cards exiled with it. So even in a game where it won't matter to exile cards from a graveyard, I think this could be really, really good to do. Just to sit and exile cards from your own graveyard just to buff this up, and then it can still work as a big threat later in the game. We have 4 adepts, and notice here 2 Harbinger of the Tides. I think that Harbinger of the Tides is potentially well positioned at the moment. We have the bird coming in. Ledger Shredder is the real deal. It's proving to be really strong in different types of decks. Of course, Murktide, yes. People are even cutting Dragonbridge Channeler in favor of Ledger Shredder. And people are also playing Ledger Shredder in other decks, like, for example, Prowess, where I see Izzet Prowess coming along much stronger now. And another good point here from Mystical Potato, thank you for that. Unlicensed Hearse is also good against Drowner Lock, because you can also exile your own cards in the graveyard, getting it down against when you're playing against Death Shadow. Good point. Playing against Grixis. But Harbinger could be good because bouncing a Murktide is good. Bouncing Ledger Shredder is good because you get to remove all the counters where it's actually a threat. Other than that, we still have the Kiras and the Force and the Subtleties here. But because we're running an extra Cavern of Souls, I'm not that hot on Counterspell at the moment. We have a couple of more Harbingers. Those are easy to cast still from Cavern. We do run 2 Flusterstorms, and I do believe Flusterstorms are great at the moment because of Living End, and could also potentially be used in Murktide matchups. We have the extra Force Negation, so we can get up to 4. We have an extra Kira, because I think Kira is really good right now. We have a Singleton Echoing Truth, which is good against Rhinos, and also good against just bouncing a Murktide is fine. 2 Dismembers against Ragavan. 1 Graph-Digger's Cage, which is against Yawgmoth. This is really shutting Yawgmoth combo down. 2 Relics, and secondary Unlicensed Hearse, and the 2 Chalice also for the Cascade. So let's get into the action here. And we are back for round 1. We won the die roll, and we want to get in some good music here. We did win the die roll, and we want to play first here. This hand is not amazing, but it's decent. We can play out an Adept on 2, and we have a Tide Chipper if they have something. Let's keep it. Let's get some good music in here. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what we're up against here. Oh, this is a mirror. I can feel it in my bones. Okay, so either I want to show the Master or the Svelune. And I think actually showing the Svelune is good because the Master is really potent in this matchup. And we do have 2 Svelunes anyways. This is a guy who's playing Merfolk. He's countering this with Mystical Dispute main deck. I can feel it. Okay, wasn't Merfolk. Oh, look at this. We didn't want to draw these cards anyways. I haven't played the mirror for a long time. I don't know what's going on. Why not? Okay, so what could this be? A couple of decks are running Thought Scour. Could be Death Shadow, most likely. Or Murktide. Bitter Blossom. What a boomer. Okay, that's pretty cool. Can't do anything about that at the moment. But I don't think that'll work out for him. Here we got the Unlicensed Hearse. Faeries. I gotta say, it's been some time. And I don't even know if it's necessarily them. An alternative play is to take off the Watery Grave with Tide Chipper now. Then we are developing our board much better. But of course, yeah, we could of course also unlicense Hearse and take out the our own graveyard so he can't counter anything next turn from the ground lock. But if I just Tide Chipper the Watery Grave, I think actually that's also a good line. So considering a UB player, I think we want to maybe try to do the Hearse play. We want to test it out. But Hearsing here is to exile our own 2 cards so we can't get ground lock. And then next turn we can Tide Chipper or Master, then attack with the Hearse. We want to Master next turn. My problem is that if I don't Master next turn, we won't be unblockable from the edit. But I think we want to try here. Considering they should have a removal spell. Okay, so that's how it works. We try the Hearse here. There was a line Tide Shivering into Master. We can do that next turn. You have the Fairy Rook. Yeah, that's right. I'm very much used to doing a lot of my actions here. We got a lot of masters. Let's play this one down here. Probably it'll get countered. And then we can activate the Hearse instead. No, it wouldn't. Okay, so we want to attack with Silvergill Adept here. I think the Hearse is still better to get it up to a 2/2. He's shooting this and then, oh, bouncing this. Pretty good. And then he can block. Well played by him. Okay, let me just pass here. Don't think it would have mattered which line we took then. It was pretty good for him to get that out there. We don't exactly know what we're playing against here. The fort negation is pretty good. Now I think we don't, since we don't have anything down, I think we should just Tide Shipper here. The Water Grave. They look like they're stuck on lands just as us, and then we can activate the Hearse and attack for 4. If he's countering this, it starts countering, okay. Yes. There goes our lands. Because he could have something like Drown the Luck in that case, which was why we maybe should have did this for our own cards. But I wanted to get a 4/4 attacker in. But he would just jump. I think actually different. Yeah, there's different lines here. He's evoking the Tide Shipper. Okay. I think we have to take it on the bottom because we need lands simply. I wanted to get the Hearse out early just to see the power here, but I think in this case it might have been better to get the Tide Shipper out early to block off his black man land here. Oh, here comes the Moon Vault. You can take in for 1. I think we'll start exiling cards in our own graveyard here. This is getting pretty big, but it's not unblockable. Thought Scar from Snapcaster. Yeah, I Don't want to subtlety that. Okay, we are free to do something here. Let's draw a land. Not a land, but a Harbinger is not the worst. It can bounce the Fairy Rogue and then we can attack with unlicensed Hearse. I still think that's pretty good. Oh, he does have another subtlety. Seemed like it, okay. He didn't. Let's get in there. Enforce the jump here. I think a 6/6 is fine. We won't. It's gonna be too long time till we get this down. And he'll jump with the Fairy Rogue, but we need to keep them down. And if we can get to our next turn, we can play a Master and getting in for 3 as well as the Hearse attacking. So we could start pressuring him, but he's getting his lands now. And this is a guy who has something up and running. If it's just passing here, it's so obvious that something is up. Could be a subtlety, which means that we are not looking that good. Everything we do here can be subtletied. But we could subtlety. Yeah, it could also be cryptic command. The command is cryptic. Kira, okay. So cryptic command could be a line. We need to draw. So he can then, if it then, I think if we're considering cryptic command, I think the best play is actually just to activate the Hearse and attack. And then we can resolve something later. I would have loved to draw land here because it's not even that interesting resolving anything here. Because the best play would be, of course, to resolve the Master. Playing it into Cryptic is, of course, not that good. But if it then chooses to tap, we can then activate Unlicensed Hearse in response. I think we need to play the Master here, see what happens. We can just sit around doing nothing. And if it's a subtlety, we can subtlety the subtlety. Here comes the action here. Subtlety. And I think this is worth subtletying the subtlety. We are getting in for a lot of damage here. We just exile a Svelum. When you subtlety a subtlety, it's being over subtled. This is absolutely crazy. He put it on top, okay. That's an absolute crazy man. So we're putting him down to 7 here, removing his last Fairy Rogue. Don't hate the situation here. Fun to see the Hearse here being a big threat. I actually think this is, you know, he even has something like Bitter Blossom just going off, blocking around. Okay, so now he has a Subtlety in hand. So now I want to draw a Trickster or something that could be pretty nice. Okay, that's good. Now we can force something. And I don't think there's any reason to play. We are pretty sure that he put the subtlety on top. So he says subtlety in hand, so there's no need to do anything stupid here. We'll just activate Hearse, attack with these two dudes here, and protecting them with Force of Negation. He probably has something for the master, but then we can force it. I'm glad that we could subtlety the subtlety. What happens if I say subtlety 100 times in a row? So you want to petty theft that guy, so you can block with the Tide Shaper. I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I can play his subtlety as well, so this is pretty bad for him. Goes to 3 and now to 2. I'll just pass here. Now he has a turn of absolutely, doing what he wants here. But being on 2 is not good when you have a Bitter Blossom out. I love me some Bitter Blossom, by the way. I don't like this art though. I like the original Bitter Blossom. These fairies are nice. Boop, 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 boop. Come on. Kotva. He's under pressure here. That's a good Force of Negation. And we go to sideboarding. Okay, Echoing Truth is good against Bitter Blossom. Bouncing all the tokens there. Unlicensed Hearse looks pretty good, but you do have a lot of blockers. I actually don't exactly know what I'm playing against here. There's not many guys playing Bitter Blossom. It should be Faeries, right? Yes, okay. So they probably have the Drown the Lock and something like Artemis' Charm. I think Force Negation is probably pretty decent. Also, if they side in, maybe they have Damnation in sideboard. I don't really like, we don't need the Dismembers. Harbingers was good here, but I don't think it's good in general in this matchup. It's not really why they are in here. So we want to cut the Harbingers. Maybe Harbinger's not the worst. Is the Hearse bad? The Hearse looked good here. I don't even know exactly what I want to do here. I don't think the subtlety is in. Subtlety is of course good against their own subtlety. That worked really well in this game. They can stack a lot of removal in this deck, so I think Kira might be really decent. So maybe we can just put in one more Kira. I actually really don't know what I should do here. I don't know this matchup, I don't know the deck they're playing, so maybe just taking in one Echo of Truth of one Harbinger is just okay, and then seeing what's going on here. Ignorant Truth is definitely good against Bitter Blossom, but I don't even know if he keeps in Bitter Blossom. Let's mulligan this. Yeah, we can keep this. We should have a pretty good matchup since we have the Lords. I think this on the draw could be fine. We're just gonna say keep. We're gonna put away one of these two. What's the best? I think the Force Negation is best here because the subtlety, we can even protect ourselves here. Either of score is important. Let's see if he spell pierces this. If he does, I'm amazed, but he doesn't. Okay. Sometimes I'm like, why are you still having spell piercing against my mono creature deck? Okay, Bitter Blossom. Let's force that one. I think that would be a handful in this matchup, in this specific game here. Yeah, we do draw our vials. Then we want to just kind of continuously ticking them up. Hopefully he has a counter, you know, a horde of counter spells in his hand. So they just get this up here. This is amazing. 3 vials, but we can start doing stuff. So next we can take in the Trickster and then have the Lord up in upkeep here. Whenever you cast another spell, that spell has flash. You draw a card and each opponent loses a card. Whenever, okay, so you play that in end step. That's pretty good. Pretty good card. I think I want to see if I can ambush that if he attacks. You could consider, you know, doing it in upkeep, but then if it's, you know, cards that have flash, you can just play them in response. So I rather want to do this. Bitter Blossom, okay, that's fine. We are doing it. Get that one up. Get that one up. And get that one up. Fancies? Okay, so let's just start by putting down the Svalu. Now we have Ward. Now we're going to put down the Lord. And hit for 3. I'm gonna just put in the Tide Shiver here. This is too much for him to handle. The epic one-lander. We're gonna take both of these up because we could both be drawing Subtlety and Glasspool Mimic, and then we also have the Ether Vial, which is gonna go up to 2. Fun times for Kodva. He's facing down a guy with a Mutavault and 4 Merfolks soon. Mm-hmm. All of these are getting up. So now we can play the 2-drop. Now we can play the 3-drop. And now we can play the 4-drop. And it's a 1-drop. Okay, let's get busy. I want to attack with everything. Not the Lord though. A Mimic here would be amazing. A Mimic or a Lord. Is he really responding to this? If he has a response, he should have done it maybe before I get that card draw from Sverloon. Not for me to say. Bitter Blossom, what a cool card. Not working out here for him though. And he concedes. That's great. We up 1-0 in the league. And I think our Licensed Hearse looks pretty good here. We will be right back for round 2. And don't forget, if you like what I do, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would be much appreciated. Also, I want to plug my Twitter. And that you can find in the description. I try to push all my content on the Twitter as well. But we'll be right back for round 2. We're back for round 2 against Philo. And Philo has 61 cards in his deck. I'm not good at math, but I think he's overcounting. Oh, this is awkward hand. We have double Lord and double Harbinger. We can't play any of our cards. And we rolled a 5. Oh, we have Mystical Potato in the chat saying this could be Burn. Could be Burn. Or York. What could it be? I think we need to mulligan this though. Especially on the play. Yeah, there's also mulligan. Couple of unfortunate draws, that's how it is. Mulligan. This is fine. We do it just the same again. We'll put back a vial, and I think we put back one of the Harbingers. We're doing a pop quiz here, and Mystical Potato, he has said Yawgmoth or Burn. And if you are correct, Mystical Potato, you will get a shout out on my Twitter. If you're correct, if it's one of those two, I'll definitely do a shout out. Lair of the Hydra. What is going on? What is this? Who's playing Lair of the Hydra? Am I even playing Modern? What's going on today? Let's draw a land here. That's not a land at all. This just could be, you know, something like Amulet Titan. I'm just like, all these cards, people are playing Bitter Blossoms and all the weird cards. Radiant Fountain. Okay, then it's, yeah, then it's Amulet Titan, right? Yeah, they're playing a one-off, typically, of the Radiant. Yeah, it's Amulet Titan, okay. Harbinger's not the best against Amulet Titan here. And he could be having something like Presage. Okay, hang on a second. I did accidentally click through here. We want to play this down now so we can draw a land. And play down another vial. I was a bit too hasty. But this is not the worst here. We can just get up to Sverloon next turn on the either vial. And then we be patient. Okay. Susu is a good card. Yeah, we have too little interaction to handle this. And we have no way of drawing here any cards that can interact. Tide Shipper, for example, we can't play it, so that won't really matter. So I still think he's not going to trade here, right? I think we want to get up the Ether Vials so we can get down Svaeloon. Yeah. I was considering, you know, putting in the Lord here. Here comes the Tide here. We can play it. It's annoying. We might as well get the Svaeloon down now. We can get it indestructible anyways. We have both the Tide we can put in, and we can Moodwall as well. Harbinger is decent against the construct token, but they're simply not even going for building constructs. Mystical Potato says that Valakut uses, you know, you're burning them out, kind of. So maybe he's technically right that it's burn. I wouldn't say I could give you full credit for that in your SATs. Here comes Primeval Titan. That card is good. Luckily, it doesn't have the amulets, and he still needs to get Dryad online to have multiple mountains. And Mystical Potato says he don't want the full credit, he just want to pass. That's also a problem. Let's draw the... I think we need to see if we can get lucky and draw an island here. Because then we could Tide Shaper the Ursa Saga. And then attack unblockable with Svaeloon here. So we want to probably tick this one up. So we can put in the Master. And we want to stay at this on 3. If we draw Glass Pool Mimic. Oh, we don't want to go up. We stay on 3. So there's 3 Glass Pool Mimics. That could be decent to draw, not in. Yeah, that could be good because it can copy added here. So we want to stay on 3 here. Lord. I can't believe we can't get it right. No land in sight. I can't believe he's not blocking. Yeah, okay, I was a bit too hasty here. I should have just... Okay, we're getting in for damage, that's fine. We should have waited and put in Harbinger, but I think it's not that good this case here, because we needed to do something about his lands here. If he has the Dryad, we're just done for. But we should have had Harbinger. That was a horrible play. If we had Harbinger up with either Vial, we could have bounced the Primeval Titan. That was the right play. I was a bit frustrated that I didn't draw the island. That's how it is. But you know, him attacking here with Amulet of Vigor means that he can do the double strike play. Okay, so wouldn't he really have mattered? He just needs to attack now, and then he can kill us. So, everything here is an island. So when he attacks with the Primeval Titan, he'll get a lot of triggers as well. See what we're done for here. I just want to make him play it out. I'm glad it wouldn't have mattered, because the right play, if he didn't have the Dryad, he should have attacked to get a double strike with this, Sunhome stuff, what's it called? Slayer Stronghold and Sunhome Fortress of Legion, which could be a pretty good play. But then we could have bounced it. That would have been really cool play. Okay. Amulet. Amulet of Titan. Amulet here. This way actually the counter spells are really good. We don't have that much here. This is not meant for Amulet necessarily. We do have. We don't have that much. Maybe an Echoing Truth could be decent to bounce something early. Is that really worth it? I don't like Kira, they don't have that much interaction like that. Subtleties are really, really good. We wanted the fourth one here for this matchup. How good is the... it's a Force Negations. We can counter Amulet of Titan. I think that's pretty nice to do. The Hearse is really not good in this matchup. It will just be blocked too many times. We wanted to have this deck is really not set up for Amulet Titan. We don't have the Spraying Seas either, so I think we need to go in and try to get the Amulet off the ground, and maybe even play something like Dismembers are good because you can take out the Dryad and stuff like that, and I don't really like the Harbingers either, because what are you actually bouncing? They're never attacking until they're attacking with the Primeval Titan. And then it could be too late. Anyway, Dismember is good because you can kill off the Dryad. That's really important. Yeah, let's try this. Can also bounce it with Echoing Truth. I think that's decent. Maybe 4 Force is too much, and maybe Harbinger is not good. Let's try this. Okay, let's start to get a fast hand here. This is not a fast hand. We have the Violent one, but we have nothing really to play. And we do have the interaction, but I want to be proactive. I don't want to sit down and do nothing until he resolves his thing. Because I need to get the pressure on board, and this is no pressure at all. So we need to mulligan. I think we need to mulligan. So this hand is kind of awkward. You play the Violent one, and then you play the Glasspool Mimic sitting there, do nothing. Yeah, that's mulligan. Okay, this is much better. I think we just put down the Echoing Truth here to start, and then play the Vial and add it here. This is pretty good. Oh, hang on. Echoing Truth. No islands back. I was always, I was already playing my island. Garden Brick, that's good. So he doesn't have the Amulet. So we can double Lord next turn, attacking for 4. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. And he has a really slow hand. He has to discard. Yikes. I think it's better to edit first. way. Let's see how much damage we can do next turn, because now we can double lord into a much more damage heavy board here. And it would have allowed us to draw something like a force negation if that was important. Here comes the Dryad, so they are all unblockable. This is a brave man. Keep this on 2, and then we can double lord attack with. You see how much damage is that? That's so this is, yeah, that's lethal. What a draw here. Snip this here. I think here we actually do a little bit of a gamble. We want to get in the last force negation, because that could be one of the ways we could win in this matchup, to force negation the Amulet Titan. So I really want to have a force negation in my starting hand, and the Harbinger is just really not good. Okay, let's see if we can do it here against good old-fashioned Amulet Titan. Philo, bring it back. I've actually been playing against this guy a lot. He's pretty good at playing Amulet Titan. I should have recognized his name. The little monkey. It seems to be my lot today, right? Having these kind of hands. The interesting part about this hand is that resolving a vial on 1 is good. They could, of course, have Boseiju to stop it. But the Dismember is also really, interesting. You just need to draw. Oh, this would be too all in on the Ether Vial, right? If he removes the Ether Vial, we're just dead. We're just done for. I think we need to mulligan, even though I don't really like it. This is much better. Not much better, but it's better. We'll keep. I think we'll send back the Warlock Grove. Good draw here. There's a small consideration of Mood Vaults, but I think I wanted this board out here. Explore, that's fine. Okay, it's not the best land he's playing here, but he got the Amulet Titan. Oh my god, I would have wanted the Force Negation here. This means we need to be interactive. We need to draw the subtlety. Interesting. There's a couple of different lines here. We could play Otavara and playing Lord just to get a beater down. That's pretty fine. And that allows us to play Svealu next turn. We can also play Glasspool Mimic, simply because we then want to keep up Otavara to do some Court of Bounce stuff. We can also just bounce the Amulet here with Echoing Truth, but I think that's too low power. It is replayed for 1 mana. So I don't think I want to like that line. Since Lord is my only 2-drop, there's a real argument for not, and I want to play this Svealu next turn. And if I just play this Svealu next turn with Lord up, that's pretty decent. My Ether Vial is doing nothing next turn. if I don't play the Lord of Lances with it. So getting value out of either vial is important. This means that I don't have that much incentive of playing the Lord right now. The Lord is also just going out on an empty board, and there's no removal like that. If this was a dismember, I would have. If Echoing Truth I drew here was a dismember, I would have gone Glassbone Mimic and then Echoing and then Dismember, holding that up. But Echoing Truth is 2 mana. It's not really that good in this matchup here, but maybe holding that up could be decent. The next turn I can resolve Sverloon and Lord. If I play the Lord, I can also draw a 2-drop, which I have plenty of in the deck. Yeah, I think I need to just play down the Lord. I really like the other lines, but since I have another bounce effect, I think this might be the best line. But loving this position here. He could have a lot of things. Yeah. Try is good. Vesuva copying Castle Garenbrick. Okay. Doesn't have that much here. That's good for us. I don't like my spot here. Tapping out for Sverloon is so risky. He can easily resolve Primeval Titan, but he can't really untap this guy, right? Oh, he can return it and play it again. I could also just bounce with Echoing Truth and play the Ether Vial. And then attack for 2. The next turn I can Sverloon and Glassbone Mimic. I think I need to just resolve Sverloon and don't overthink it here. It's so risky having this one out. Sverloon means that also we'll protect our stuff a bit with Ward. We could be pretty bad positioned here. Hopefully he does not have that greater draw. The Boseiju coming in, okay. Here comes the Primeval Titan. Yeah. We should have held up the Echoing Truth here. I just hope they didn't have the Primeval Titan. You can see here he can put down. This is not good. He's coming off here. We should have held up Echoing Truth. It was also just like really not that interesting a play. Philo, you're doing it. This is where we need the subtlety. The tempo we could have gotten from subtlety here would be amazing. The next turn we can Glassbone Mimic again, copy the Lord, and hit him for a lot of damage. He's thinking. Okay, he's going off here. Can even pay the ward mana here. I think he tried to kill the Lord, but the ward trigger is saving us. That was the one I wanted. Yeah. Now we want to generate mana. Three mana. Now we have the mana to kill off the Lord. So much mana. This is a slow burn. He's just he's going all in here. Sunburst for 1. Okay. That's a guy who's afraid of the Ether Vial. He's killing his own amulet here to do this. That's crazy. I'm not in the greatest of spots here. I think bouncing the Primeval Titan is not insane. Then I can attack. This is frustrating. The problem is I think I need to Echoing Grove the Dryad. So let's say that I just wait for him to attack and then I Echoing Truth there. So he attacks in, get the Valkyrie trigger on stack. I'll bounce the Dryad and then it'll fizzle. I think that's the best play. If I want to do that, I might as well just play down this one and the Ether Vial. So we're gonna wait till he puts all the triggers on the stack. He's gonna attack with Primeval Titan, going totally off here. Another one. And this is a problem. Having another one means that he can go off here. Okay. So we untap the land. Does he have another Primeval Titan? Oh my god, it does. Okay. Okay, so this triggers on Zach. Let's see what happens. I can bounce both of these Amulet Titans now, which is crazy. One, two, three, four, 4 times 3. I can't really argue for. Then his plan is to attack with the Premier Turn. Then we bounce. And then we have. He can only replay 1, right? Yeah, and we can Solity it because of course we're gonna draw Solity. We're gonna gamble here. This is not gonna end well, but what can we do here? Oh, it's gonna untap everything. More now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Then it doesn't matter because you can just target it here. Yeah. Good game was good. And we will be back for round 3. Okay, so we had a hard loss against the Primeval Titan, Amulet Titan deck here. But we are back against 80 card Gung here, which means that he'll be playing something like the 4-color one. This is round 3. We are 1-on-1. We keep having these weird hands. We are on the play, and this means we can't really keep this end. We do draw otherwise though. I'll keep this. And against 4-color banana stuff, I don't really like the Trickster all that much. And playing a turn 2 Tideshipper could potentially be a hazard for him. So I think actually just trying to see if I can multiple Lord in a row here is actually better. Here we have Yorion. He mulligans to 5, so maybe we can do something about his mana. Apparently we cannot. So now we're going to play out Lord instead. That's the frustrating part about Fishlands. Because now he got the chance to, you know, use this land before I can mana deny him on it. And now he can counter my Tideshipper, but I want to do it anyways. Solidly interesting. Okay, this is pretty good. We can't Solidity anything next turn. Oh my lord, he's gonna resolve something. Ice Fan Quarter. Okay, that's pretty good. So he'll draw a card. And we are all in here. We're gonna beat down with the Lords. And we want to see if we can draw some card advantage stuff. A Certificate Adept could be nice. He's just passing here. Cast Adventures is indicating of a man who is not satisfied with his draw here. Would we keep this in 2? Or would we? Yeah, we need to keep it in 2. Oof. It's also tempting to boost it up, right? But if I draw an Adept, it's like not good. Then I can play it. If I boost it up to 3 and I draw the glass bomb, then I can play that one. So I think we're gonna get it up there. Okay, force negation, that's also fine. This boosting each other is so nice. I'll play the either vial here. Okay, we're looking pretty decent. We have both a subtlety and a force negation to protect us next turn. Here comes Archmage's Charm. So he can draw 2 cards. What can draw him out of this? He's only 3 blue lands. Crazy they're playing Archmage's Charm. The charm is Archmage. Would do. Just want to see what their list is now. The Blink deck. Are they really playing Archmage's Charm? It just seems so crazy. What is this deck here? Some sort of control deck at least, right? When you're playing Archmage's Charm, you have a control shell. You probably put in something like subtleties and stuff like so. Curious is pretty decent. Force negation is also pretty nice. Harbingers is not really that relevant. I think subtlety is also fine, just a flashy stuff. I don't really know which of the 4 color decks are playing Archmage's Charm. I haven't seen that tech, but I think it's something like that. The unlicensed Hearse is really not interesting, but I don't have that much here. I think it's actually a decent, play it early, get it up to speed, use it as something where your creatures can get it to attack in. In this matchup, the caverns could be good. We haven't drawn our caverns yet. Gung. Here we have the unlicensed Hearse. I actually think this hand is pretty decent. We can, or is it? It's maybe too slow. It's a really slow hand. You have played the Mimic into a Hearse and doing absolutely nothing. He mulligans. Being on the play. Being on the draw against this deck is like tough if you don't have the either vial one. This is not the best in this matchup, and the Tricksters are not either, so let's just mulligan. Oof. This hand is not good either. We can easily risk not drawing lands, so let's mulligan this. And we're gonna have to keep this. Let's put down these 2. We at least have the lands, and we can play an early Tide Shaper. So we're doing, maybe we should keep the forest. No, we can't really pitch anything. We have so little. This is a really bad hand as well. Could consider putting down the Warlock Grove, but I think I'd rather want the mana. Yeah, these guys cannot really use them. This is a case where the need for drawing a better hand to go over here. Okay, that's pretty good. I think in this case I should just play out the Tide Shaper just to have pressure. It's gonna be a 2/2 really soon. Like now. glad I did this because he could be having counterspell here. If he taps out for something like Teferi, I'm not hitting it, because then resolving the Kira is really good. Growth Spiral, okay. The plot thickens. It's something where this guy is like doing something next level stuff. Here, Trickster would be fine. Vial is also pretty good. The problem with Vialing now is that then it counters it and then we can't have any follow-up plays. So there's a couple different things we could be doing here. But I think actually it's better just to attack and wait. We know he has the Archmage's Charm, and countering the either Vial or even controlling it would not be good. If I wait one more turn, I can do both. Just put down the island and pass. I don't want to just play it out in a counterspell. But next turn I can play the Either Vial and then I can play the Kira. This is not a matter of tempo, it's a matter of patience. Another Growth Spiral. If he's not playing in another land, he has, 4 action cards in hand. And he's just cycling dress down here. Some sort of control deck. Okay, doing nothing. That's good for us. So just a handful of counterspells. We're beating down. Tideshipper is fine. Now put down the Warlock Grove. Then put down the Either Vial first. Let's start by attacking. Might soon consider doing something about this giant threat here. Then we play down the Either Vial. And he lets it resolve. And I think that's a really fast decision, just letting it resolve, right? Is it now that we want to play down the Kira? It's not getting better in hand, right? Alternatively, we could try to Tideshipper one of his lands. I think that's actually better. It's not really that interesting to Vialing in a Tideshipper at this moment. Here comes the counterspell. And he's returning this one. This is great for us. We can just play it again. Cryptic Command. Here it was. We got all the boomers today. He's considering subtleting this. Okay, so I'm glad I didn't play out the Kira at that moment. I can't believe he's correct. He was. Why did he bounce the Tideshipper at that moment? He could have drawn. How many cards are you drawing? Okay, now he has the red source. He did that already. So you can hardcast Fury, killing it now. We can play Kira. Okay, that's fine. Weird decision to do it here. He should have waited until our turn. And now we have the option of playing something into his Mystical Dispute. Kind of awkward here. See what he does if I attack. think here you need to take the chance and play the spinner here. Hopefully no mystical dispute. We did it. This is really good. Now we have some hard threats to handle for him. The vial is not a danger. Drawing any Merfolk would be great here. Okay. Okay, if I crack the Warlock Growth, I won't play a Lord I draw anyway. I think actually Vial is a perfect play here. We'll just start by attacking for 2. His Iceman Quarter is long from having any sort of, you know, a death touch. Shark Typhoon. Okay. So he's cycling it, getting a 4/4. We can't counter that in any shape or form. He's gonna block the Kira, he's going down for 2. Which means that we need to draw something. It's a good play by him. Let's see what we draw here. We can't play the Adept, so let's just play the 2 Ether Vials. I would have loved to draw something here. I don't think a reason to put down the Mimic yet. Okay, so he's a 4/4 flyer that he can't really attack with. We're pretty live, drawing pretty live here. Your Ren 6 can get back a land. But these fetch lands is hurting him. Good thing we don't have the Adept down now. I think I want to wait for the Adepts. Just giving him a free kill on the Ren 6 doesn't really interest me, because what can I actually draw anyways? So I want to pass here, and then I can resolve 3 Adepts next turn. Then I have a board. Go down to 5. You can Castle Ventress, that's pretty good. Scrying 2 here. That's a nice card. Some people even playing it in Merfolk. I think that's too slow. Okay, good for us. Both are going on the bottom. So it's 2 bad cards. You know, when they scry 2 and they just put both on top, I'm always like, no bueno. Please no. Okay, so now he got it. He's up and running. What could this be? Hello, Castro, and welcome. Tell me, sir, what is he holding here? Ooh, Force Authentication. Okay, let's start by vialing in one here. This could easily just be another Shark Typhoon, right? If it's Shark Typhoon... I actually think I want to consider just passing here. If I had put in the Lord here, he could easily have a counterspell or counter magic in some sort. So I think I don't want to do anything more. I just want to hold up Force Negation. Yeah, the Ren 6 is going to kill the Adept, but I was hoping to draw the any thought of Lord or anything like that. I can't really play the Sveloon here. I think I'm just going to pass this now. I don't like attacking. This is so obvious he has something. So I rather want to do something like just passing, holding up Force Negation, putting an Adept in instep. He's going to kill one Adept, but that means we have 2 Adepts live, and drawing a Lord, for example, would be crazy good. I don't know why you're saying we're dying to Shark. The Shark is like a 4, 5, 6, so it's 10 damage. We can kill him next turn. Yeah, the concept is if we're playing a lot. So in my head here, I don't think he's stacked with removal spells. But if I have 2 threats and I can find I have a couple of draws. But you're right. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to get the Lord down next turn, and then I would like to have Tide Chipper and the other Adept so I can kill him. And if I do that, I want to hold up Force Negation in his turn. And then I might as well just play down the Sveloon now, or the Glassblow Mimic actually. Tapping out here. Yeah, let's do that. I don't care about the Shark, because he's not gonna, he's not gonna kill us here. But I'll play the Glassblow Mimic copying the Adept, or playing the Sveloon, just to get a Sveloon down. He'll counter it, that's how it is. And then in the end step, we can put down an Adept and then a Lord from the vial here. So I think just getting a Mimic down is the best, because he'll counter it anyways. So he'll counter this. Here comes the counterspell. That's fine. And then we pass, holding up Force Negation, pitching the Sveloon, and then putting down Adept, holding to draw Lord, and killing him next turn. He's down to 4 here. Let's see if he attacks, that would be interesting. He's attacking, that is interesting. That could be another Cryptic. We can counter the Cryptic. Let's see if he kills our Forensic. I think I want to use Cryptic to tap all our creatures down. now we go for the attack. I think he has Cryptic and we can force it. Let's take one of these up. I think we just go to attacks, holding up Force Negation here. Let's put down the Mutavault. This is where he should use Cryptic Command to tap everything down. You're gonna counter this. He's gonna maybe counter this as well. What is he putting in from either vial? Let's see. Witness protection. Oh my. That's nuts. That's pretty cool. Gonna turn this to hand. Well played, sir. Well played. I don't really see what we can do here. He can get infinite cryptics. That is rough. It's a luck. We have more Force of Negation. We should maybe be putting in the... I'm considering should I put in the Svelune here. I think I'm gonna wait. Yeah, we wait. Yeah, we do have the Mutavault, but the Mutavault is not lethal yet. Hopefully he'll put a counter on this one. Okay. I think he's doing it now. Maybe we should get down this Svelune fast here. That's bad for us. It's really, really good play. That's right, it kills his vial, so his luck is also out there. Here comes the Lord. I think we just played, see what happens. He might have a counter spell. He does have the Cryptic Command, of course, but he's not going to use it here. So we go to attack step. And then he's going to bounce that one, right? So I can only attack with the Svaeloon here. What is he doing actually? He's bouncing this one. If he bounces the Lord of Atlantis, we can do the Mutavault play. Okay, so yes. No. Ah, God. Okay. He also had the Latin build, okay. We almost had it. We almost had it. Wilderness Reclamation. Yes, it's fine. Okay. It's this deck. We need our force negations. We need Akira's. Harbingers could be pretty good against that. Echoing Truth is also maybe pretty decent. Better than Unlast First here. One of the considerations could be Flusterstorm. They have so many spells, but they also have so many lands. We're just gonna have a fast draw here. Okay, 8 minutes here. Then it's pretty decent. We have the Subtlety for an early Rensex. We have an Ether Vial. We can get in fast action with some Tide Shipper action here. Wilderness Reclamation is pretty cool. Okay, here we wanna try to deny him some mana here. Perfect. Okay, so now Renaissance is not even a good play here. But actually, we should play Hearse in this matchup. Yeah, because of all the jazz they're doing with the graveyard. Good point here. Start by attacking in. There's definitely an argument to adapting here, but the problem with using adapt is that he can use he can play a Ren 6, and I don't really like the land here. If he had a Ren 6, he couldn't play it because I did this, so maybe he can play Ren 6 next turn, then he can kill off the adapt. So I don't want to play the adapt here. I rather want to just hold up my mana. Then I can avoid subtleting the adapt, subtleting the Ren 6. So it doesn't really matter. I don't need to get my land draw at this moment here. Now I can play Ren 6, put down Scalding Tarn, we can put down 2 threats, and he will be having 1 blue mana, and we can kill off the Ren 6. If that's his line. Okay, it's not. That's not his line. Explosives for 1. And cracking it, okay. I want to play down the Soldiers next turn. Hopefully he'll not play a Ren 6 yet. Reclamation is fine. It's not fine, it's just something we can't really do anything about. And here the problem starts because he will have a 2/2 that can block. Is that fine? That's fine. I'll play down Warlock Grove. So he'll just block the Trickster, and I think that's a fine trade here. It's a 2-for-1, but I don't really want a Trickster. The Shark Typhoon. I don't think that's worth it. Okay, he doesn't have it. Oh, I was sure there was like a Shark Typhoon. That would have been a good play here. Okay, Unholy Heats. Okay, Wilderness Wreck. A lot of mana. Let's come down now. Okay. Stepping out for something big. Memory Deluge. That's fine. I don't really like bouncing this one. Warlock Grove. I think it's fine. We can have the Otavara pounds as well. Master. I don't like playing Master out on a counter spell. Iceman Quaddle. Is this where we subtlety? He's gonna counter our subtlety. I think we do it anyway. He might have counterspell, but I think it's worth going for it. He did not. That was nice. It's good. So he goes down to 6, and we still have a subtlety up for his turn. Okay, it does not go down to 6. It goes down to 8. Only 2 cards in hand. I think we're just going to keep the Otavara in hand. There's of course an argument for playing it, because if you draw a land, you can play both Master and Subtlety, but let's try this. Yes, Fury is the card I don't want you to have. That's gonna clean our board, so let's just do like this. We have to do something here. It's not looking bright. He's coming back next turn. No, he can play it now. Oh, damn. Oh, he's in step. Okay. Why didn't he do that to get it back? Okay. Sverloon is pretty good. Start by attacking. Now he needs a land to play around the Sverloon trigger here. Here comes the Iceman Quaddle. Yeah, of course that was coming in. Problem with Sverloon is just dying to his Fury. But then he's tapping out with his Fury, and the Subtlety can win in 2 turns. We don't really win if we don't do anything. Let's try here. So you can play the Fury killing the Sverloon. You can also play the Fury killing the Subtlety. And we can bounce the Fury, even though that's not good. Wilderness Reclamation is pretty cool to see. It was a big deal in Standard back in the days. Do 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 do. If you place the Fury, okay, Thragtusk, yeah, sure thing. Going up to 9, that's pretty good. Okay, we can't play that. You can have a lot of things here. Big issue is to really run trade Sverloon away. I think I need to crack the Grove. Bouncing the Thraxax seems counterproductive. But then again, he needs to tap out next turn to do it again. And then I could draw a land, which would do nothing. Alternatively, I can crack the grove, see if I draw a lord, play the lord. That'll probably get countered. That's the problem. You can't counter Otavara. I could also just attack with subtlety. That's just not winning me the game either. I think we need to do something. So I think the right line is to start by cracking this one here. We can. Hello, stay slapped. The league is going back and forth. We had a good win in the first one, where we managed to beat out Faeries, none other than Faeries with Bitter Blossom. Then we had a really tight game against Amulet Titan. It was 1-1, and in the third game we unfortunately didn't win it. But I think we played it pretty well. Maybe should have done it differently. And now we're up against not other than Wilderness Reclamation. And this guy is countering stuff. And he's doing weird plays as well. Lord of Atlantis is good. Now I think I want to resolve these Otavara if I draw land. Okay. If I draw land, I can double spell. He has a Fury in hand, so here he can clean our board. But I think that's just something we live with. Do 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 do. We won one in the league. This is our third game against Gung. And he's on 5 HP. Maybe another... Castle Rancher is pretty cool. Two cards on top? That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. And then we'll start by playing this one. Hello, STDLR. I'm glad that you're running well with the lists. I've been doing this list is a really a lot more tech. We have like a lot of things we're testing out on licensed Hearse and stuff like that. So we're doing some pretty cool stuff here. I can show you the deck list right after this round here. It's a combination of wanting to test, unlicensed Hearse. 6. So this is 6. You want to take the damage. Three HP. That's the dream. Yeah. Okay. Now we can play Cryptic Command. Yeah. And we are done for. Unfortunately, we'll be right back with round 4. Thank you. I was muted. That's perfect. what I was saying is that we're testing out unlicensed Hearse today. And we can't mulligan a hand with unlicensed Hearse at all. We have the Giganta on the other side, which means it's probably Grixis the Shadow. And of course, if you enjoy the content, I would really appreciate if you like the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. And let's see if we can get this Hearse up and running. You can see a Hearse. It's like there's a coffin in the car. You can see there's a coffin in the car. That's a Hearse. A vehicle driving a coffin. It's a funky Hearse. We have Fatsot in the chat asking, Draco, I always like to ask, what is your appeal to Merfolk? Why keep playing it and not move along? What made you stay? I find every Merfolk player answer differently. Well, I think there's a couple of different things to that answer, to that question. I think that in general, the Merfolk deck is really fun to play. You have a lot of actions where you interact with your opponent. There's a lot of decision making. It's not like you're just following this specific streamlined path. So you have a lot of different things. And I've always been a blue mage. I always find it fun to try to find the best line of interaction and what to do. And being, you know, interactive in general. You know, bouncing with harbingers and all that jazz. Ooh, Kira. But then another thing I like about it is that also for having a constructed deck, you know, in paper Magic, I think that having, you know, Modern is pretty expensive, and investing in a deck, you know, investing in a deck that might just be something that's, you know, getting out there and being removed. I know that Merfolk is tier 2 and not looking extremely strong at the moment. Not really strong, but I think we have a decent matchup against many things, and Merfolk has been there since like you know, forever. So it's not going anywhere. That's why I also like it here. Okay, many different lines. We could take a hit from the Reclamation, because we don't have that much interesting lines to if we want to block it. If we want to block it, we might do something like putting in the Harbinger. He'll just remove it and hit us anyways. We can also put the Mutavault in, activating it. He'll kill it, and then we'll be really far behind on our lands. So I think actually it's better to put down the Hearse and remove the bubble. Remove something in his turn, and then next turn we can Harbinger and play Kira. So let's get hit by this wonderful monkey boy here. And if we want to play down this one, we might as well just play the Mutavault. I think that's fine. And no need to do anything yet about his graveyard. And also another thing I like is that I like old Magic cards, and playing Merfolk allows me to play Lord of Atlantis, one of my original favorite cards. Yeah, exactly. STDLR. It's one of the oldest archetypes. Goblins and Merfolks are both printed in Alpha. Lord of Atlantis was printed there. Yeah, exactly. It's all the way since the first set we had Lord of Atlantis. Oh my god, Fatsot, you have a Lord from Beta? I am really jealous about that. It's a Svalun, and he can't play it because it's giant. Oh, Disciple of the Vault. Disciple of the Vault, that's funny. Are they really playing that nowadays here? That means it's it's something like a food deck or something. I'm mostly a fan of old school art. So I like the original art really a lot here. Yeah, Anvil. Okay, Anvil is really nice to counter. Giant Anvil, pretty nice call. So that's that. And also the Anvil is nice to counter, but the problem is that by countering it, I will lose one of my creatures here. And I like both Kira and Harbinger. Maybe I just pitch the Kira. Is that not too good, this card? Yeah. I think we need to counter this. We're just gonna pitch the Kira, and then Harbinger and the unlicensed first combo is gonna be bunkers here. This might seem crazy, but I am kinda crazy. I don't like the Oni Cult Anvil. I think it's gonna run away with the game. Probably the Hearse is not gonna be too big here. It can be now. It's gonna be a 2/2. Okay. I'm interested in what's going to happen here. We have a lot of different cool options here. We can activate Muda Vault. Oh my god. Okay, let's see what he does here. Okay, I'm going to do something here. Let's see what would happen. I want to try to activate Muda Vault, activate Unlicensed Heart, block, and remove the Force Negation. And if this doesn't work, I have my Harbinger. We want to try to do the plays. This is I've been playing this weekend. I played with Mistress Factory, where you can do something like this, where you block, and then remove this one. And then we have a 3/3. I love it. I love it. We did the plays with the unlicensed Hearse here. Experimental synthesizer. Okay. Let's see what he finds here. Goblin Engineer. He can't even play that right now. Which is Oven. I'm really considering just being in the Harbinger here. Just to beat down. It's not really getting that much better. I think we should. I want to keep this on 2. If we draw something like if you draw something cool like Adept, for example. Let's get an Adept. Boom, boom, boom. That's the card I wanted. Now beating down here. Go to town with the unlicensed Hearse. Yeah, Springfang line seems good. Actually, you know, it feels pretty good that the Hearse is like this aggressive threat. Yeah, I like him as main board. I think I don't exactly know the adjustment. The concept is that 2 Hearse is bad. If you have two unlicensed Hearse, they are, you know, screwing over each other in general. Uh-oh. Ravenous Squirrel. Only one card in hand though. Okay, so we can start going off here. I think we need our dismembers in this matchup. Yeah, and exactly, you can activate it with so many things in our deck here. I think the right adjustment is having one main deck and then 1 or 2 in the sideboard, because then the one-off would always be nice if you draw it. Even late, you can start by exiling stuff. Okay, so he did some things here. 7 HP, we gotta beat down pretty hard. Problem is that scroll can get pretty big still. Yeah. Let's draw a Tide Shipper, please. That's not a Tide Shipper. It's not the worst though. How big can this be? He can sacrifice 2 things. Then he can block. He can sacrifice to that one. He can sacrifice to that one and create that. Let's start by drawing. Maybe we draw the Tide Shipper here. It could be pretty awesome. Come on, Tide Shipper. We don't run Spring Season in this specific list, which I think I still want to run. Oof. Too late, bro. But not the worst here. He can only do one really good block. I think the right play for him, if we attack with... So there's Round Scroll. If he sacks that one and sack an oven, then he will have a 4/4, and then he can eat the Tide Shipper, and he can do it by blocking the Hearse, for example, and then blocking the other one and sacking it, which means that it's not really that interesting, this one. So I think maybe it's even better just to play down the Subtlety, and then growing the Hearse in this turn here. I don't want to show him that I have Subtlety in hand. And the Subtlety is just a really good flyer here. So attacking is not for me that hot, because we will get in for maybe... If we attack with the Mutavault, Adept and the Hearse and the Harbinger, we have 4 attackers. He can block 3 of them. And growing his Ravenous, maybe that's even good. Maybe that's good. But then I won't grow the Hearse. The Hearse can be a 5/5 next turn. And then I can have a Subtlety in the air. What will he actually do? Will he go totally off next turn? Witness Protection. Let's send that squirrel into... The Ravenous Squirrel should go into Witness Protection. I think I have 2 lines. You know, waiting a turn, allowing him to go a bit more off here, but he has no cards in hand. And then beating in with a Salty and a much bigger Hearse. I think that's the right line. If you play out a creature here, we can Subtlety. That would be pretty nice. This is also getting pretty big. It's a 5/5 next turn. We need to hit him hard next turn. Okay. I'm gonna get the synthesizer out there. So sometimes they can reanimate stuff like that. Let's just play down this one. Can't wait any longer. I gotta say, I'm too tired and fried my brain to do all the math. Math is for blockers. I just think we need to do something here. We can't really just do nothing. He's blocking the Hearse. We're forcing him to trade away the Cybele, which is pretty nice. We are dying slowly from all the small cards here. He's only taking 6 points of damage. He can sacrifice a food here. Which is Oven. I don't know why, but I really don't enjoy that card. See, the problem is that we have no progress. I mean, imagine if we drew in a Trickster there and that they saw that vial. They go to 3, and he can. Then I think he can kill us now. Rough beats. He can kill us now. Revenant Squirrels is insane. Of course, he doesn't know that we don't have a blocker. He's going for it though. Yeah, we'll play by him. Ooh, did he forget to buff it? Oh, he can still sack 2 things, then we die. Oh, the Cordon Familiar. Oh, I really hate this card. I played a lot against this in Standard. This is my, the worst feeling ever. I also played the food deck when it wasn't Standard. It's like constant yawning. Okay, so because of the cat, we need our Hearse and we need our relics. That also seemed pretty good. Going all in the graveyard hate. Harbingers is also pretty nice, bouncing that doofus there. Maybe Dismembers are good. All my cards are good. I don't have that much removal, I don't like the Kira. I don't know if it's worth subtleting or forcing anything, I don't think it really is. Four cards here. It's funny that they try to make Squirrel like a thing. We've been playing against the biggest, you know, boomers today, or you know, tech guys. There's not many people playing this deck here. Okay, so I think Dismembers is pretty good. We need to cut 4 cards. Maybe this not the best here. We can just cut a couple of masters to be more, you know, interactive. And maybe we got 1 solitaire. I don't think it's that good in this matchup. I guess I don't think it's good at all. We should have cut them all. Okay, whatever. We won the die roll. Let's go. Yeah, this hand is pretty nice. Just by having a violent one, we should have some. We should get some lords in there. I love the combo of Harbinger and Trickster. You know, being able to tap something and bounce it, resolving 2 threats. When asking me about why I like the Merfolk deck as well, one of the things I always say as well is I like to be kind of proactive. Yeah, and I like to be blue mage, but I don't like to be, you know, all in on control. I think that's too boring sometimes. You take what you want. You took one of the tricksters. That's funny. Ooh. Great draw. But then we need to go beat down here. Especially drawing the Lord. Familiar. So let's get that tap down. Reclamation. Maybe I was too hasty. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay. Let's attack. If it blocks, I'm fine with it. We want to Harbinger instant speed the Raven, so let's just put down the Lord attack like this. He can kill it, but that's just how it is. It's pretty nice here. We can start getting the Glasspool Mimic value. I love viling in a Harbinger. Did you forget what I had, sir? Oh my god. It doesn't have removal for the Lord here. It's not looking good. He doesn't. Wow. Okay. Rough times ahead, sir. We took this up for the Mimics. With Tide Shaper. Oh my goodness. That's a great draw. That's a good draw. I don't really care about that. I just want to take him off his mana as fast as possible. Look at us go. Glasspool Mimic doing work here. It's a great draw on the Giant Shaper as well, just to get something down that can block and interact. This is beautiful. This is a beauty. Okay, he needs to do something really good here, and we just stumble him a bit on his mana as well. Yeah. Hate to see it. Okay. No bueno on the subtleties, I think. Maybe the graphics cage is good against that. Against the little cat, little Mimi. Harbingers was pretty nice, and I think they're even better on the draw here. Just considering subtlety, but subtlety is even better on the this side of it. Yeah, to store them a bit on the tempo. I think this is fine. I could side in, the masters here, but typically we will not be a speed down here. Okay, yeah, well, we do have early dismember for Ragman, which is why I want to keep it, and then we have the double Tide Shaper, which can stall his mana a bit. But I do miss 2 extra spreading seas. Maybe not, insanely in this matchup, but it's just a really nice card. Ragavan coming in. That's perfect. We just kill it. And he's mulliganing. The big question is, when do we kill it? He could have another Ragavan. In that case, we want to wait to do it when he goes to attack. Because then he can dash in another one. Be gone. He can play Anvil now, which is not great for us, but we can then Tide Shaper the Blood Crypt. Goblin Engineer, okay. So now we should draw the Hearse. Come on. So he's gonna tutor something or put it in the graveyard. An artifact. What could that be? It needs to be a cheap one. Maybe it's just Anvil. So now if we draw the... Oh, it's sort of meek. Okay, come on, draw the Anvil here. The Hearse, please Hearse. Okay. Okay, I'm not hating this. We can do stuff. But I think here we have the best line is just to Tide Chipper. Yeah, let's make the crypt into an island. I agree on this here. We can bring in the Sword of the Meek now. Hopefully he has no red source. Ooh, the Hearse would be a good draw. Before, no, now he can sack it. Okay. Oh. Okay, he didn't. Interesting line. No, he has no red mana. Oh my lord. This is a beaut. This is so beautiful. Of course, he's drawing another card here, so maybe he does have it soon. And we did draw the Hearse. This is perfect. Okay. I love to see it. Let's start by attacking. Now I think I wanna play down the shore, which means I can double spell next turn. Hearse doing work. It's just good to get that Sword of the Meek out there. Now I also found his red source. Called Anvil. Another Mistress Bauble. We have another Tide Chipper for his other land. I think hopefully we'll control land here so we can do both. He doesn't have the land. He costs 1 red mana to activate Engineer. And he just used it on playing the Anvil. And I think we want to get the bubble out the way from his graveyard. Then the Hearse is also going to grow. He's attacking. Okay, so if we draw land, we can Harbinger and bounce the Engineer with him having 0 red mana. Could be pretty fun. Okay. So start by it. He's gonna sacrifice that one, right? Turn during your turn. Yeah, okay. So it's in attack here. He can really block that well. It's also the turn just to bounce the Engineer, but I think getting him off his red mana is just better. It's going to be really annoying for him. And I don't want to, activate Hearse here. I could have done that with a Tide Chipper, but I think it's better to okay. Just to not take the damage, okay. And here I wanna wait on activating the Hearse. Do I? If he uses Goblin Engineer, his only red source to bring in the Mistress Bauble, second the food token, that would be so bad. So I think it's better just to be up and running with the unlicensed Hearse. I love the play that you can activate it and then tap. That's pretty cool. Ooh, now we can activate and exile both the... Anvil is good in this deck though. It's weird uncommon. Uncommon. Thoughtseize. Sure thing. He has to attack the Tide Chipper, right? We can take him as black mana as well. How can he win with no colored mana sources? How? Now I'll be start bringing double shaper. It takes the Tide Shaper. Oh, this is so fun. This is so much fun. I'm enjoying myself. What can I say? I'm just gonna take the baubles. Our land is also just broken here. Not that land. But I can't complain here, it's pretty good. We play down the Lord. We'll use the Lord to attack, to activate Hearse. I think that's pretty good. Then we can activate Moodwall and block somewhere. I love the play you can do here with the Lords. That's actually a really nice interaction. I've been impressed by Hearse today, I gotta say. So you can only block the Hearse. You're gonna take 6 points of damage. Yeah. Hey Lord Ace, nice to have you here. Yeah, Hearse is nice. I hit card the doubles as a murder boss. Oh my god, here the squirrel comes in. And then you can sack that one. But isn't it just dead here? With me having another Lord and a Mutavault? Yes. Hearse is nice. So putting in the Lord would mean that I have a Mutavault that's a 4/4, a 12. Yeah. I don't even need to attack with the Hearse. The Mutavault is a pretty decent draw. That's what it gives us lethal here. Can you get any life here? You can sacrifice this. I don't think you can. This is my favorite art for Lord of Atlantis. So you see by attacking here we have 12, 15 points of damage. I can't figure out how this is not winning. There's no need to attack with the Hearse, you can just block the contract token. Yeah, I think Hearse is main deckable as a one-off or something. Boom. Did we get it? The folk? You can never underestimate the shenanigans of the food token decks, right? Four JSS foils. Pretty cool. Yes! We did it. We are 2-2 in the league. And we will of course take the last one, which will be the final game, the final match of the night, and hopefully we can do a 3-2. Also, I gotta say we've been having some weird matchups, but I've been in general really impressed by Hearse, and we'll be right back for the 5th match in a minute. Match 5. Let's see if we can win the last one here. 62 cards. People are off the boil today. We win the die roll. We play first here. This is a hand I can work with. Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep this. This is one of the reasons why sometimes Mimic is just nice. Having something extra to do with your vials is just great. A little argument for playing the Moodavault out as a first line play here, but do we get the Yawgmoth combo? No. Junt? Junt? Oh my god. It's like Boomer Valakut. That's pretty funny. Good old Valakut. I think that's the only thing it can really be. Against Valakut, I want to play down the Mimic so I can play Svalu next turn. I want to get that down as fast as possible against them because they're not interactive at all. The pre-board they have no interaction, so it's like really cool to see here. They do have Furies, but can I handle a Fury next turn? No, I can't. But only 2, so I can't really do that. Riveteer's Charm, and of course Scapeshift, and Amulet Titan. Okay, I think I want to go for the Svalu next turn, anyways. Wooded Foothills. Could this be the infamous, the dangerous, threatening Renesex? It is. Okay. Such a good card. Let's get some counters on these vials here. Okay, let's get this Svalu down. Funny thing here is that if he plays Fury on the Svalu, I can lord in Lord in to protect it. That's why I don't really hate that line here. We need Force Negation and Subtleties in this matchup. Okay, so now you're going for it here. You can play Scapeshift here, which would be pretty bad. No, it wouldn't. It's not yet. It's not Scapeshift yet. Isn't it like 8 or 9 they need? Dryad. Okay. I think it's better to keeping them on 2. We have seen one shore here. I much rather want to be able to attack with Mutavault. Perfect. Okay. How much damage can I do here? I can put in a Lord and attack with these 3 guys. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's not enough even if I hit another Lord from the Ether Vial. So I want to Trickster the Dryad in his upkeep. Do I? Why would I do that? Okay, let's start by putting down... we are unblockable, by the way. These are our islands. So let's just start by putting down... I think we put it down the Master just to get more power in and get the Lord of Atlantis to beat in. We can also put in the Adept to draw a card. We're going to draw with Sverdoon, so I think it's better just put in the Lord. Attack with Mutavault. And then we just attack here. Since we can't kill him, we want to just kill off the Ran 6. Hopefully draw something here. Something like a Subtlety, something would be great. Cool, okay. It's also not the worst, we can use that to crack. So we have 2 extra draws here. Why would I want to put down? So the consideration is, of course, what happens if a Trickster and upkeep? Is that worth it? Then we can force negation if you draw anything. He can play down 2 lands is not good. He can Valakut. I think we have to Trickster and upkeep. This is a hard one. So the worst he could do is that he can play down the Primeval Titan, getting 2 lands in play and playing another land. The 2 lands is 2 Valakuts, right? Okay, I can't really figure this out. I think we just need to okay, then let's start by putting down. Yeah, because if you draw Subtlety, I don't want a Trickster. Let's draw Subtlety here. 3 of them in the main deck. It's not a salty. Then we do it in upkeep here. Because, you know, cracking the Warlock Grove to draw a trickster here is not really worth it. I think it's better to try to draw it. Take the Dryad out. Okay, it's up to him. Holding the Lord. Okay, that's not dangerous at all. I'm glad that's the line. It's not a confident man who does that play. Okay, I'm satisfied. Force negation is good against Scapeshifts. Dismembers is good against the Dryad. Is that really good? Tears Charm, Search for Tomorrow, Wish, stuff like that. They're playing a lot of instants and sorceries. Maybe actually, you know, what are they bringing in? Force of Vigor, or you know, could they bring in Hidetsugu consumes all, which is not something we can counter. Engineered Explosives. The Solace is good. I think the Force Negation is decent as well. No graveyard to hate on here. Harvings is not for this matchup. The consideration is Flusterstorm, but I think Force Negation is enough. Kira is not good. Bring in one Flusterstorm. Kira is only good if you want to invalidate the team. I think that's the line. And Swimmers is against only Dryad. Is that really good? I don't know if that's even good enough. It's been some time since I played against a real Scapeshift. I am an old and tired man. Okay, this hand does really nothing. Okay, yeah, let's keep this one. Let's just send one of the vials back. We can do by having one. The reason why I like this is that I can force negations the Scapeshift. And I do have a vial on one. That's also a pretty nice draw. I think this hand does a lot more. Here comes Farseek. Or maybe it's Ren 6. It's a Sakura Tribal. Okay. I like Sakura Tribal. That's also a nice old school card. So want to bring the beats here. I can bring the beats. Okay. That's a good thing to pitch to force here. One of the reasons why the mimics are good is it's good to pitch to force. Yeah, Trickster's not good in this matchup. I should consider cutting those. They do nothing. It's just a 2-2. Especially if I don't have counterspell, which I don't have in this list. And counterspell would be good here. To riot. Mm-hmm. He resolve. Ooh. The tricksy play is to Trickster. He's Dryad next turn. Then he needs to have a forest to resolve it. He probably does have a forest. But I think again, it's all about being a nuisance. We want to definitely play in the Lord. Considering Mimic, if that's something we keep in hand to pitch. We want a Trickster and Lord. That's the line we do. And should we then play down Glasspool Mimic? I think we have enough tempo here. Let's start by doing this here. This is simply because we want to get the beats on. Okay. This was unfortunate. Now I need to trickster this one here. Hopefully he does not have that much in his own turn. Now I think we keep the Glasspool Mimic to pitch to force next turn. We can't really just do our threat here for free. But this is not great. So we keep the force and the Glasspool Mimic. Next turn we Lord and Adept. Hopefully it's Scapeshift and not Amulet Titan he plays here. Brenner 6. Yeah, that's also something we're gonna force. Okay, then he finds Cavern of Souls, okay. This is insane. See if we can draw a land here for Svalum, that would be pretty nice. Each lane he plays is like killing the Lord, so I'm not loving this. And when he plays the Primeval Titan, we're pretty boned. Two cards in hand. So I played the Wish to find the Cavern and play the Cavern and kill off the Trickster. It's pretty cool. Now I want to take out the Vial next turn. So even if we draw an island, we can still play the Force Negation. Did he find the solution for everything he needed in his life here? Okay. So the greatest thing here is that he's finding a wish, probably just to find a Boseiju he can play and then kill off the Lord. Forcing this is absolutely insane as you miss the Sphere Loom, but it seems like that's his only play. And I would be killing him in 2 turns. Let's do this. This is insane. I know I'm crazy. But he doesn't have a land in hand if he starts doing that now. Then we just start playing the land and killing the Lord. So if we do this, we kill him in 2 turns. Okay. We had another one. Interesting line. Why would he be thinking in 5 minutes about it if he had 2? But again, he can read attack now. We need to keep this on 2 for if we draw more edits, but there's no more edits. We pitched a Classbook Mimic and a Sphere Loom. I think I want to gamble and tick it up here. The only thing I cannot draw is an edit, and I have only 2 edits left. That's a really nice draw. Thank you. Now he's in top deck mode to find the solution. But a land is a solution. It's a lot of cards that just kills me here. Hearse Charm. Oh my god. Okay, he got it. You got it, bro. False negation is good here, though. That was rough. Hearse Charm here into Valakut and Ren and 6. I don't see what we can do here. Every land he plays is just a kill spell. So close, but yet so far. That's unfortunate. Well played by him. Maybe the Kiras are not the worst. Maybe they're actually decent. Dismember is still okay. I don't like the Trickster. Teddy Bear is potentially good. Putting in 2 Kiras is also like, then we want to cut one of the Svelum so we don't have too many 3-drops. So I think this is decent. The one Dismember is just in there for funsies. I don't know if it's even worth it. It's only killing like the Dryad, but he had the Dryad in all of the games now. Yeah, let's just do this. Yes, sir. Okay, I can work with this. Pretty aggressive keep here. We have the Warlock Robe, which is kind of unfortunate. But if we draw an island, we can play around it, and we do have the Force Negation up against anything he does here. Is this a Search for Tomorrow? Yes, okay. You will have to search for tomorrow. I'm gonna show him Lord of Atlantis. This is pretty neat now. I think we have to go gamble and play down Svelun here. If he plays the Branded Sex, we can force it. Hitting the Lord that he saw. If he has a Fury, it's still a 2-for-1 for us, and we can still beat in. He might have Fury here, but then he needs to ditch a card. And we can start Lord next turn and attack with the Voodoo Vault. This is much exciting. Interesting game here. Against Falkiv. Another Search for Tomorrow, okay. Cracking the Verdant Catacomb here. This is Riveteer's Charm, which is annoying. So he can kill off this Svelun now. Riveteer's Charm was also like a really powerful effect that they got. That's also a reason why the Svelun is a bit worse now in this matchup here. He should probably just do it now before I draw something. Yes. Another one. I think that's better. The reason why I like it is that now I can also hold it indestructible. This is of course a sacrifice effect, so we won't be able to do anything about that, but now Fury can't kill it anymore. And also granting ward is important. Another Riveteer's Jam. Ah, it's a switch from. Oh, I was like, this. If this is a Riveteer's Jam, I would go bananas. Now it. Okay, maybe it is. Okay, it isn't. Good. Now we can play down the Master. looking pretty decent here. Not the best of draws, these 2 vials, but the master in hand is kind of sealing the deal. He's on 1 here. Of course, he could go totally off here. So I would have loved to be able to draw something like a Forced Negation or Subtlety at this moment. He has 1 turn. We can't do anything about anything. Maybe he can just kill us. Yeah. Fury. What is this? Damn. I think he wins here. Unfortunately, we couldn't draw out of it. Damn. Good play, sir. This is an unfortunate way of losing, but that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. A Forced Negation here would have been amazing. There was a little line in my head. We want to draw the last card here so we could see if we could have won it for a Forced Negation from the Warlock Grove. Not playing down the Master, which would just mean that he would be beating. We would be beating him for 3 less, so he would be on 4. That could actually have been the play. Small details. That doesn't matter. That. Well done by Falkev. We got beat by Scapeshift here. And I think it's nice to see Scapeshift. I have one of my buddies, he's playing Scapeshift as well. I think that the cool tech that they're running this with Gift. That's not a mountain. He done himself dirty. Okay, bro. he done himself dirty. That was not good. We got the 3-2. Pretty nice. Okay, he done himself dirty, that guy. Unfortunately. Okay. This was the run, and I was really excited about bringing the unlicensed Hearse into the fray here. We did a lot of different testing today. It was fun to see different cards. I was really impressed by the Hearse. I gotta say that I think for now, actually, it's a really good thing to do to keep, you know, I normally run 3 relics in the sideboard. I want to cut down 1 relic and then have 1 Hearse out here, and then want to have 1 Hearse in the main deck. You can definitely just play the Hearse in the main deck. I really think that that's the right line to have these kind of, you know, this extra kind of value from the Hearse. So play down the main deck. We didn't see that much counter magic today, so the cavern, 2 caverns or 1 cavern, I'm still unsure about that. I missed the counter spell from the sideboard, and playing that one was kind of rough. So I'm not sure about that one. The Harbingers have not been impressing me either. Some matchups they're pretty decent. They were okay today, so that's pretty cool. I don't know about the Echoing Truth. I think I want to rather get Brazen Borrow in, but Brazen Borrow is also kind of awkward with the Cavern of Souls. That's why I'm not running it today. But I gotta say, good grade for unlicensed Hearse. I will give it a B+, or even A-. I think I will give it an A-. I was happy about the Hearse. So you guys watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. Remember to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and you'll be coming back for much more content. I know that for sure. If you want to watch my last run, it'll come up here in the video. So thanks for watching. And for you